Pay me, pay me, pay me my silver now. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my silver now.
Good morning, Bix Weir, Roadshow.com with your morning horn disease. Your sip of chaga coffee on the road, and it's gone. It's empty. This monster thing of coffee. Had some awesome Mexican food last night and margaritas. We just got into Texas. We're headed for the show tomorrow night. Tomorrow night in Austin. Go to roadshow.com, click on Roadshow, and you can get your tickets to the Austin show. We start at 6 o'clock at the Ballroom at 2906 Firth Street in Austin, Texas. Come hang out, talk about freedom, talk about everything. Talk about Nancy Pelosi landing in Taiwan for some reason. Does anybody know why that happened? I have no idea what these people are doing behind the scenes. Clearly it's orchestrated. Clearly it's different. You know, people ask me about the silver market. When will it go? It's planned. All markets are programmed in. The guy at JP Morgan clicking the mouse was a lie. He didn't click any mouse. It's all programmed into the system. I discovered this in January. On January 1st, I didn't fully understand what I had found, but January 1st, 2007 is when I found the Road to Ruta documents at the Fed Boston, and I was jumping around saying, oh my God, there's good guys behind the scenes. This is long before Q, long before the white hats, long before all that. And what I did see was what Ruta wrote in the sand was 9/11, which had many meanings. Little did I know about 20 months after that, on 9/11/2008 is when they tried to take down, the good guys tried to take down the financial system and destroy the bankers. I think we're coming up to another 9/11 very soon, within a little over a month. Look for the signs. Obviously, everything's fucked up. Obviously, the prices you see for everything is wrong. It's a lie. So this price, silver at $20, is a complete lie. Complete lie. Now, everybody's talking about the Bill Holter, Andy Sheckman silver deal, the woman who bought. I got some more info. I watched an interview that they did. The person who bought it is a billionaire, supposedly. Now, we can't confirm that. I can confirm that the money was sent, $50 million to Andy Sheckman to make the purchase. It was held up for 3 days. The actual money, the bank didn't want to let it go. Why didn't they want to let it go? Because that's $50 million. Times that by 10, which banks create, they're going to have to readjust their balance sheet. They're going to have to readjust their books. They probably had to borrow $50 million from the bank, from the Federal Reserve. It was a small bank. It's not like a JP Morgan bank. It was a small bank, which means that's probably their largest depositor. And oh, by the way, they've got, $500 million out in loans because of the $50 million. So of course they were freaking out. But it's her money. It was her money. Give her back her money. Let her do what she wants with her money. Everybody's going to have to go through this. Do not wait. Do not wait for it until everybody else is doing it to try to get your money out of the bank. You should have zero in the bank. Just enough to pay bills. Just enough to pay bills. Or you will lose it. Anyway. Silver's being held at $20. We are below those moving averages. The 50, the 100, and the 200, that's when the tech funds run to the other side and the big banks start shorting. They aren't, right now they're still covering. Until it gets to $21, $22, that's when they start shorting the big banks to control the price of silver. It has happened a gazillion times. Ted Butler has outlined it for the regulators. He sends everything to the regulators and everything to the criminals. JP Morgan Chase was getting Ted Butler's newsletters. By the way, do you ever think about the 3 silver investigations where they found no hanky-panky, and now we have JP Morgan admitting it? Most of the traders have already turned state's evidence and plea bargained their way out of it. 30 people, I hear, have confessed. 30. Except the 3 that are the show pony trial. He was clicking his mouse. Bullshit. It was programmed in at the Fed level. Alan Greenspan invented the computer programs to rig the markets back in the 60s and 70s. This is way before anybody knew computers were involved in markets. Then the banks took it over. It's ugly. It needs to end. So $20 is not the fair market value of silver. Clearly, it's not the fair market value of silver eagles, given that you can't find one for over $12, $12 over spot, which is crazy. You're paying more than 50% premium. I do not recommend buying silver eagles with this kind of premium. A lot of us bought before the premium got gigantic, especially the pre-65 coinage. That, in my opinion, that's the best silver to own. The small pieces, it's hard to counterfeit. Really hard to counterfeit. Who would waste the time on a silver dime, unless silver was $20,000 an ounce, which it is going to. But that, you have a whole different problem when that happens. Right now, $20,000 silver would bankrupt the world. The entire world would go under because of these damn short criminal banks. There's just a handful of them that have to short the price to keep it under check. Because you can't have silver running in a fiat monetary system unless you're doing something crazy like I think they're doing right now, which is, we will find out on August 10th, the next CPI print. As many of you know, the price of gasoline has gone down. Biden and his whole administration blamed inflation on Putin's gas issues, oil issues, natural gas issues. It was all Putin's fault. Now that the price of oil has dropped for the entire month, this is all in a computer program, by the way. These absolutely 100% computer rigged. Every single month, right down here, starting in July, June 27th, 4.87. July 4th, 4.77. July 11th, 4.64. July 18th, 4.49. July 25th, 4.3. So the price of oil all throughout July dropped. But you're going to see a big jump in CPI. And what's the Biden administration going to say now? They've been blaming Putin and the oil. They have nothing to say now. This was all done on purpose, absolutely 100%. Here's an article. Shoppers are flocking to dollar stores for canned goods because they can't afford fresh food due to soaring inflation. Shoppers are feeling the effects of soaring inflation in the United States. Many are switching to dollar stores or bulk buying items to cope with rising prices. You know there's no food in that food? It is all drained out. You need to start yourself a garden. If you live in a big city in an apartment with no sunlight, grow sprouts. You can go grow sprouts anywhere. You need to start thinking about this because you're going to have to literally be going to the Dollar General store to get food. That's just crazy. Canned food has no nutrition in it. It's all gone in the processing. Get yourself out of the cities. I don't even know where to start. Get yourself out of the cities. I know it's hard, especially with all our assets being in the bottom of the basement because of our government. The rigging is relentless. All I can say is hang on to your gold, silver, and your cryptos. Keep them in your own possession. If you have SLV, sell it now. 200 million ounces have fled the SLV in the last 18 months when Buffett started taking silver back. Remember, it was Buffett's silver that started SLV. Back when it started, it was 130 million ounces that the bankers stole from Buffett, and started the SLV, which is the silver ETF. Now all that silver is leaking out. It's gone from the high of 730 million ounces, and now it's down to 525 or 528. All that silver is leaking back. I think it's going back to Buffett. Buffett ain't playing games anymore. I think he already bought 1.2 billion ounces of silver. He just needs to get delivery of it. And it's a very similar, almost exactly the same purchase he made back in the late 90s. He spent 2% of Berkshire Hathaway value on silver, which back then was 130 million ounces. Since then, Berkshire Hathaway has gone up 10x in asset value. So a 2% purchase by Buffett today is 1.2 billion ounces of silver, exactly the amount that JP Morgan got busted for. This is all happening behind the scenes, by the way. So here's Nancy Pelosi arriving in the middle of the night to Taiwan. China's pissed. Why did she go? Does anybody have any good reason for Nancy Pelosi to go to Taiwan just to poke China in the eye? A nuclear power? I mean, obviously there's things behind the scenes that we don't know. But as far as I can tell, on the surface, there's no reason for her to go. And then we have this. China blasts severe violation of sovereignty as Pelosi becomes the highest U.S. official to visit Taiwan in 25 years. Update at 11:10 Eastern Time. Some quick reaction headlines after Pelosi landed in Taipei and is expected to stay overnight. China PLA says they will conduct military drills starting tomorrow. No, August 4th through the 7th. China says Pelosi's visit violates one China principle. Pelosi's visit severely impacts China-U.S. Foundation. MOFA says visit violates Chinese territorial integrity. 10-year yield hits session highs as Taiwan foreign minister greets U.S. Speaker House Nancy Pelosi. China says dangerous act of playing with fire. Pelosi talks with Taiwan to focus on reaffirming our support. Pelosi visit in no way contradicts long-standing U.S. policy. Pelosi, my trip to Taiwan reflects my commitment to a vibrant democracy. Get the hell out of there, Nancy Pelosi. What advisor told her to go there? I think it's obviously something much deeper. Something probably with the rings that she is involved with. And this is deep state stuff, if you ask me. Anyway, yeah, we might be at war with China very soon. We'll find out. I think they're going to just close the airspace and not let her leave. How about that? Just say, hey, China, they can easily close the airspace. Not let Pelosi leave. That would be hysterical. She's stuck. Sorry, Pelosi. Why don't you swim for the mainland? Crazy shit. Crazy shit. Anyway, we are on the road again, headed down. We'll be in Austin by tonight, and tomorrow's the show. So come see us in Austin at, again, the place is the Ballroom on 1st Street. Go to roadtoroad.com, click on Roadshow, and you will see all our remaining dates. There's just two. Wednesday night, and then the big finale in Oklahoma City with Litecoin Lisa's charity function on the 6th, and the Road to Ruta show Friday, the night before, on the 5th. I think we're at Toby Keith's place. Let me check. I like this bar. Toby Keith's. What is that? I love this bar and grill. Toby Keith. Yeah, it's going to be a blast. We have a private room, so make sure you come to Oklahoma City Friday. And then if you're coming to the Friday show, get a ticket for Litecoin Lisa's gig. Also, go to her website. You can find it on the internet. I don't have it with me right now. But make sure you get tickets for both, because you can make a weekend out of it. It's going to be fun. We're going to be talking about freedom, singing songs, and fighting for what's right in America, and telling these assholes that run us, our government, to go to hell. This is Bix Weir, roadtoroad.com. I'll talk to you later.